In this episode, Jim breaks down the importance of working on yourself and the synergy we've seen when groups of people get together to discuss ideas and to learn together. We're going to talk through those experiences in this episode and also talk about the power we've seen as we've spoken to groups and had groups in a room together, physically in person, learning together. As you watch this episode, if you'd be interested in Jim or myself or our team coming and talking with your group or jumping online, we'd love to do that. I think you're really going to enjoy this. Stay tuned.
How you can be the greatest salesperson on the planet.
Welcome to the Rethink Sales Show. My name is Derek Kelly. I am joined by Jim Shorkey.
Yes, you are.
And Jim, something powerful that I've been realizing. I was recently with my wife at a church conference that we were going to. It was a small group, probably similar to what you had with Skip's crew. It was about 20, 25 people. You might have had more, 40. But I've recognized that in groups like that, it seems that people are learning together instead of learning alone. It seems like if they figure it out by themselves, it may take them longer, but there ends up being camaraderie in that group and bonding. And this was a little longer. It was a couple of days instead of you had a day with folks. But it just seems like something happens in a group when they're together that may not happen if they're just taking our course by themselves or doing something on their own. What's that power there? Have you seen that before?
Called synergy. Napoleon Hill talks about the importance of the Mastermind Alliance, which is a group of 2 or more people who get together with a common purpose and they share ideas. If you go to a group where there's 10 people in the group,
Yep.
and you have an idea, and each one of those people has a different idea, you walk in with one idea, you leave with 10. That's cool.
Yep.
There's some really good ideas that come out of this. So there's a team synergy, which is 1 + 1 = 3.
Right.
1 + 1 = 4, whatever. It's the number's bigger than what would appear to be.
Yeah.
So I think I would comment, what I would say about that is I think that you need to do it all by yourself. Absolutely, positively. It's you and the guy in the glass and the girl in the glass. You also need to do it with other people, and that's the Mastermind Alliance. What that percentage breakdown is, I would suspect a good number would be, believe it or not, 95 to 5. You're the guy. You're the girl that's got to, you're laying in bed. You got to get up and do your push-ups. You got to do your workout. You have to eat the right food. You can't call on the group to eat the right food. You got to get the right sleep.
Yeah.
Different things you have to do as an individual. I don't know. It could be 90-10, 85-15. I don't know. But I know that the predominance of what you need to do as a person is going to be, and I think the Mastermind Alliance would just be, I would put the Mastermind Alliance on the list.
Yes.
How many times a week do you think you would meet with this group you just mentioned?
Probably they wanted to do like once a week for a month or two.
Okay. And how long is the meeting?
About an hour.
Okay. Let's say twice a week for 2
Yeah.
hours. So now we're at 4 hours.
Right.
Can somebody calculate 24 times 7 for me? You'll get the idea. Let's take the sleep out of it. Make it 16 hours times 7. What's that number?
16 times 7.
It's 112 hours you have available, and we can also maybe cut that in half. So we have 60 hours available. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to spend 4 hours in your mastermind group.
Yep.
So what are you going to do with the other 56?
Work on yourself.
You got to work on yourself. Jim Rohn said things get better when you get better. Work harder on yourself than you do in your job. I would put the Mastermind Alliance on my list. My list says once a week I'm going to meet with a group. Very beneficial, no question.
Yeah, and you've seen it.
There's no question. Very
Some of the
beneficial.
experiences you've
But
seen in the group. Go ahead.
But at the same time, you can't pay somebody else to do your push-ups. The group can't do the push-ups for you. You got to do your own push-ups. And that's an analogy. Let's face it. That's not. You got to read your pages, whatever that looks like. I have a list of things that I need to do every single day, which has nothing to do with the group. But I also have my group therapy. Absolutely.
Yes.
Positively. You notice I told you when I do my working out for the stroke recovery, I have my very close friend, one of my best friends on the planet, Mark Masturano, comes in.
Yes.
And he spends a good hour with me. We're close, but he kicks my butt.
Yeah.
What you're talking about.
That's right.
Okay. Guess what I was doing when you came here today?
Walking.
And who was I walking with?
No one. Yourself.
Walking.
Yep.
I'm up to 12,400 right now. So yeah, I got to walk by myself. And now if I could walk with somebody, that's great, but it's not always available. What are you going to do? Not walk because your wife can't walk today?
Right.
You still got to do your walk. You got to get your steps in.
Yeah.
Now, if your wife shows up and she's available and you can walk with your wife, That's 10 times better than walking by yourself. But it doesn't always work out that way, does it?
Yeah.
I think it's great if you could meet somebody every day,
Right.
go for a walk. That'd be better than walking by yourself.
I agree.
I really believe that.
Yeah.
How
sorry,
many?
please. I don't know.
Please, somebody Google it. How many acorns does the average oak tree produce a year? Multiply it times 100, and you will be shocked. Do you realize, and you think about this, you mathematicians out there, with one acorn, you could populate the planet with oak trees. You think I'm right?
That's crazy.
With one pumpkin seed, you could populate the earth with pumpkins. That one pumpkin seed will make multiple pumpkins, am I right?
Yeah.
And assuming it germinates, it doesn't just produce a pumpkin. Within each pumpkin is 1,000 seeds.
Yeah.
And each one of those seeds can produce a pumpkin. So when I say one pumpkin seed, I should qualify that. Successfully, we took all the seeds on, just threw them all out in the ground. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be some pumpkins. And there's going to be a lot of them. You think I'm right?
Yes.
And could we populate the world from one pumpkin seed, assuming we get it to germinate?
Yeah.
So maybe I need 10 to populate the earth. But it is mathematically conceivable that with one seed, I could populate the earth because it produces so many seeds.
Wow.
Same with the oak tree.
Yeah. 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 That's so good, Jim. Just to remind us of the importance of working on ourselves.
Oh, God,
You
yeah.
talked about synergy in a room. To harken back to that, what do you see there often when you're in a room of people? You were speaking recently. We've done workshops before.
Yeah.
What does that synergy often look like? How are people growing as they're together in that mastermind?
I don't need to answer that question because I just did it right now. I guarantee it, what I said right now. Now, no one are verbalizing it. But Marshall has a thought about what I'm saying. Do you want to tell me what it is? What do you think about that?
I think it's powerful because I think what Marshall's saying is from the seed of one pumpkin, you can reproduce many pumpkins. If that's true for pumpkins, what if that's true for thoughts?
Okay, now,
Right.
do you see what I'm saying? And Marshall's a thought about it. And they're two different thoughts. Do you see what just happened? That's what happens in a group setting. I say something, there's 10 people in a room, there's going to be some commonality in thoughts. I'll bet you there's 5 different thoughts.
Yep.
And now we get the advantage to say, wow, that's interesting what Derek said. Let me take a note about that. Let me Google that. It adds to the conversation. That's where 1 + 1 = 3, 4, 5, 10. So in that group setting, it just creates a different level of thinking versus one-on-one, you reading a book.
Yep.
So if we went for a walk together, you would see things,
I think that's so good.
and I would see things
Yeah.
different than you would. It's, wow, that's pretty cool. I never thought about it that way. That's interesting.
Oh, that's good. I've never thought about synergy that way.
Yeah.
Obviously, the person who's leading the group has a thought, and then somebody's got to ponder the thought and pass it up. I think it's like this, and Marshall would be like, yeah, it's like that, but it's also this. And
And also could be an argument in a good way.
Yeah.
Somebody has a point and say, well, you know what? I appreciate your position, but I don't agree with you. And here's why. And somebody else might have had that same thought, but they're afraid to bring it up. So we have the discussion, and I say what I say, and she says what she says, and we have a little bit of a discussion. And people say to me things like, they make these suppositions, which I'm not a fan of. And I'll say to them, you know this how? They say, like, here's one. You'll hear this in group sessions. Things aren't the way they used to be. Oh, really? What do you mean by that? Oh, people just are nasty today. They're just nasty. And you know this how? Who do you know that's nasty? And you start talking to that. Do you have a crystal ball? Because I find people to be really
yeah, I was going to
nice.
say, my car broke down this morning, and I had about 4 or 5 people say, you need any help?
It's just not
In a
true.
small town, I'd probably get more if I were in a bigger city.
You're listening to the wrong people when you have these conversations. It's just not true. But somebody might say that to me, and somebody did in that session, and I called them out on it.
Yeah.
It's not true. I'm not going to get into details, but they said it's because of these people over here. I said, why are you listening to them? Why are you listening to them? You know what the answer is? Stop listening to them. I don't have a choice. Oh, really? You're watching the news?
Yeah.
You always have a choice. You just stop listening. And when you get off the phone and it's all negative, you try to minimize your time with them.
Yeah.
If you can't eliminate them entirely, then minimize your time. Instead of 7 days a week, try to get it down to 3 days a week. Instead of an hour conversation, make it half an hour, and just get away. At some point, get around people that lift you up versus tear you down. But you called me and said, we're going to be late, but we can still do it. So let's do it.
We-
Control that.
Yep.
Okay? And here we are.
Yes.
We canceled, did we not?
Yes.
We canceled because you had a car problem, but you got it fixed.
Yep.
Okay, that's the story. Oh,
Adaptability.
that's a great story.
Yeah.
That'd be a good story to tell in a speaking environment.
Yeah.
It's just a story. And we didn't panic. I didn't panic. I said, hey, Derek, if you can meet, shoot me a text. I said, I'm just going to, and what was I doing?
Walking.
Make your downtime prime time.
Yep.
And I walked. And then you did text me or call me, whatever you did, and said, hey, we got it fixed. We're on our way. Is that okay? I said, hey, absolutely. What time am I going on? And you told me what you told
Couple
me.
hours later.
And here we are.
Yeah.
What a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Isn't that really what Rethink You is all about? We can take that situation, everything's my fault. Derek took the position that it was his fault, made the phone call, took responsibility, got somebody involved. And here we are. He didn't play the blame game, the victim game. He didn't get all upset about it.
I was impressed by how we were still here within like 2 hours and when we should have. That's pretty good.
I think so.
A messed up transmission. Yeah.
We have to cancel it. No big deal. I got stuff to do. That's exactly what I said. Did I panic?
No.
Did I get upset?
I knew you wouldn't.
No. It's everything is my fault. Granted, it's not my fault that your car broke down today. But It's
Right.
my fault that I acted like a jerk about it.
Right.
It's my fault.
Yeah.
But it's also my fault that I acted very reasonably about it. So remember, I said, when I say everything is my fault, I'm talking, Marshall, about the good. It's my fault. You see, this transaction today is my fault. I handled it in the right manner. Yes or no?
Yes.
And there were several even gaps along the way. I was like, okay, let me know. And I texted you, ETA, you said 7 minutes, and then you're here, basically.
Yeah.
I said, I'm ready. Tell me when I'm going on.
Yep.
And you came, and you guys got set up, and you ate your lunch.
Yep.
What did I do?
You made your downtime prime time.
What did I do?
Walked.
Everything is my fault. Get that now,
Downtime.
Marshall? The good, the bad, the ugly. I control my response. I control my reaction. I control that. And the fact that me getting mad about it is not going to be,
Yeah.
not going to get the car fixed.
Yeah.
I never did. I didn't get, there was nothing.
Yeah. And we were able to work as a team. Could you go grab this car and I'll stay here with this person?
Synergy.
Yep.
There you
And that's exactly what you're talking about. And I think you've really enjoyed, we've gotten to speak in front of different groups recently. And I think I've seen that be really powerful. I mean, even so with the one I'm coaching, but in that time, I always hear such great feedback of this was life changing. This is phenomenal. And I'm not prodding for those answers. People are telling us.
just indicative of this. You and I already talked about this, but we haven't expressed it to the audience. Out of that meeting with the realtors, I already have a second speaking engagement. I said to this gentleman, here's my email. Here's what I need you to do. You're going to have to go to work. I'm old. I'm retired. I'm not here to work. Send me an outline of exactly what you want me to talk about, and I will preach from that. He said, Jim, I want you to do the same exact thing you did for the realtors. I said, that's easy. I already got that already. That's already outlined and documented.
Yeah.
I said, do me a favor. You got my email now. If you want to make any alterations, think about it. I want you to think. It's on March the 4th. So we've already got this all scheduled, set up, worth. He does not want me to change anything.
Wow.
I was at Panarius today, and I told this story, but I think it bears repeating for the audience. I'm sitting there eating my sandwich, and this young lady walks up to me and calls me Mr. Shorkey. I said, please call me Jim. Mr. Shorkey. Says, I was in that presentation, and I said, I'm sorry, I tried to meet everybody, but I don't recall, but I apologize. I'm an old car salesman. She tells me her name and says, I said, how was it? What did you think? She said, oh, it was fantastic. She says, I have made so many changes, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that. I said, that's wonderful. I am so happy and grateful to hear that. That's what brings me joy. The fact that I got an invite to a second presentation and that he wants me to do the same exact presentation, and I'm intentionally not disclosing his name, by the way, so that's why I'm
Sure, yeah.
not being disrespectful. I'm saying he for a reason.
Absolutely.
He says, no, I want you to do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
That should tell you something.
Yeah. Jim, thank you for sharing about the importance of working on ourselves and the importance of synergy in a group. We don't know the exact ratio, but the different ratios you gave is really important. So guys, if you made it to the end of this episode, leave a dolphin emoji down below to know that you made it to the end. We thank you. Please leave a comment.
Please.
And we've really enjoyed, Jim is retired, so he can't do this all the time. But if you're local to the area and you'd like Jim to speak, let us know. If we can make it happen. If he's too busy, we won't.
I love speaking.
We'd love to join you virtually. If you want us to join you, thank you, Jim.
My pleasure.
Thank you guys. And if you'd like for Jim to speak with your group, or if you're interested in our Rethink You self-paced program, let me know in the comments below. We'll get everything over to you.
Can I close it up?
Sure.
Just a word of caution. It might be 0 because he is not checking his phone and neither am I. So it might be 0. That's how urgent this is. Once the 2 are gone, it's not a question of we don't want to help you. We do. But I have to be careful that I don't take up too much time away from the things that are important to me.
And this
You know,
is-
Amy and I play Scrabble every night.
Yep.
And I love this girl. She's my best buddy. And I'm not going to take away from that.
Yep.
If I do, it'll be very clear cut. Amy knows what I'm doing. And that's okay. But no, we're not going to do what we did before in the car business because we've already done that and we're okay. We got this.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next episode.